My name's Gareth, Director of Rugby System here at Cardiff, and I'm currently consulting as Programme Manager with the men's and women's sevens programmes in Fiji. People have asked me that moment when I knew we'd won the gold, to be able to bring that to the nation and what I was able to do for those players and staff on the journey that we'd been on. And I convinced them of going on this journey. It was a sense of pride that, yeah, in my perspective of my journey, I put this together and we managed to get where we needed to, and everybody got something out of it. I called the team into camp on Easter Tuesday, and Fiji went into lockdown on the Wednesday after Easter. At that stage, we didn't know what the lockdown was going to look like. It ended up that they couldn't go home. They didn't go home for the whole period. So they were about three and a half months without seeing their families. That was really challenging, probably the toughest challenge I've ever had as a coach, in communicating to all the players at that stage, about a week and a half into that we could not come out of that bubble, otherwise we could not go to the Olympics. That was really challenging. But also what it did is created probably, a mini hand grenade being rolled in that made us find ourselves a little bit more, created a space where we had to think harder about the sacrifices we were all making and what it meant to us to go and do what we wanted to do. And you utilise that as a coach if you're smart enough to be able to pick up on it, and we as a group of coaches were, whilst we were going through that pain, the ability to reflect on what that pain brought us and got us to, I actually believe, was possibly one of those differences that enabled us to go and do what we needed to do in Tokyo. There's not many things that Fiji punch above its weight in. Rugby is one of them. Their exporting of players, but also their success, particularly in a sevens environment. So there's a real strong connection with the scrutiny that goes around the sevens programs, particularly the players and the coaches alike, on how they're going to get those performances time and time again. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure that goes with the position. My intention is to win everything. That's the intention, is you're going to go and do that. But the reality and the way that you create performance is being as objective as you possibly can in ensuring that you put those building blocks in place to get that performance. Both men's and women's teams in Fiji could have no coaches, could turn up the Olympics and win it. They really wanted to because they're that talented. However, every other team is doing the same thing. My job is to ensure that you literally stack the odds in our favour, that we do enough of that sort of big rock review, if you like, and understanding what those are in our game that can give us those performances. And what I've got to do is try and create that for 3 days in the space of July, and if we can do that, we'll be somewhere near those medals.